Get a couple of these other ones out of the way. So after sitting here in my downloads, let's see. Lunet. Here. Plugin. We won't be using any of those, but there we go. We've installed. Let's see, we need the Pip-Boy light colors. This is located, let's see, I'm gonna have to dig it up. Here we go, Pip-Boy light colors. Download again. Yes, we do want to download again. Maybe I need to close and reopen in order for it to properly download. Let's try that. I could download it pretty quickly once I did that. Alright, so we're going to go with maximum, Pip-Boy light radius, green, max, light. Vanilla, max light. White max light. Blue max light. Amber max light. Now we've got several variations of this to choose from. Amber max light. Move installed. Yes. I'm gonna go with green max light. No. It can be found on a table outside Paradise Falls near grouse. So that's why. So this should be interesting. We'll see what it's going to look like with the maximum light settings that I can give it. That's log number 5. I'd like to find logs 2 through 4 first. Light. To record an entire symphony, Haydn Symphony No. 3 in D minor. It was so beautiful, I could barely keep up with everyone else in the string section, but they were so nice. They encouraged me instead of being stiffy. I'm getting better just from watching my fellow violinists' techniques. They don't even mind giving me some pointers. Tonight, a bunch of us girls from the string section are going down to the rec hall for a dance. I hope that cute sound... Oh boy, yep. She's forgotten her apostrophes and is slinging her R's, and she's not capitalizing. Those are not good signs. Help me. Lose mein Kampf, stop them. Get out of my head. Great. It's like the other vault. Vault 1. All these other vaults make me really question what Vault Tech was up to. or faulty cable installation problems on sea level. I just wanted to take this opportunity to send you an intra-vault mail regarding the wonderful session you performed this afternoon. To Hilda. The sound you coax from your Stradivarius is bar none the most haunting, beautiful thing I've ever worked. Make sure when we meet tonight, you bring your delicate instrument and your violin too. I have an idea of something we can do with the bow. A new tech before you ever met Agatha. Kind of amusing. Open. Skyrim was great with that, and of course Fallout does the same thing. I mean, I can get giving it like locking it behind something that requires a key. No. Well, no, I'll say for Skyrim, I can give that one a pass. Because they actually came up with an in-universe reason for it. They actually justified it in-universe. Locked door. Now the intra-vault mails. If you can hack the control panel, use the noise flesh feature to spook the crazies. Works okay and keeps me alive. What they had done is they had actually created a new kind of lock. So to me that makes perfect sense. Lock technology is not going to remain the same forever. You know, people are going to improve the technology, especially during that era. I mean, that's how crossbows came about. Of course, the dragon doors are a completely different issue, aren't they? I mean, the dragon doors aren't. Unless you had the skeleton key. So I would have preferred that if you had the skeleton key, you could unlock even the new barrier. Well, you can't pick the lock on a magical barrier. So just use that for the ones that have to be that are absolutely essential and will break the game if you open them before they're ready. But for all the other ones, where it would just shortcut a quest, let me go in there. If I've got the skeleton key. But not if I have normal lockpicks. Because the skeleton key is... I mean, the entire reason Mercer Frey stole the skeleton key was because it could unlock any door. But for you, not really. Living quarters is that way. Let's keep checking out this area. I'll put God mode on for a bit. I think there's nothing else that we have to fight. I don't hear the sound of any other stuff, because you can hear Mirelurks and you can hear other stuff chittering about, so I don't hear anything, so I think we don't have any combat to worry about. So I am not cheating, I'm just essentially speeding up the recording. Okay, so going down here. This takes us up to the higher levels. At least says that once you've picked a lock, you get a copy of the key. Well, even if I fail to pick it, I get a copy of the key, as far as I understand the perk. haven't really looked too much into the wax key. So, I mean, if I stick a wax key in there, I should have had that specific key, but... yeah. There are nuances that I don't like Skyrim doing. Like, I like the fact that they actually came up with an in-lore reason why, but by the same token, they never came up with an in-lore reason why some NPCs are essential. Would it really been that hard for them to create a book that says why the gods must favor me for some reason, and just like tell the adventures of an essential character until suddenly he's no longer essential? That would have made a really nice, interesting book for the lore of Skyrim, don't you think? Studio rooms. I have an ample supply of the type of equipment that would allow most residents to relax in their beds and enjoy their musical recordings. Please let me know your reasons behind this matter. In the vault store for 10 work credits. Supply is very limited, of course, so hurry down and get some before it's all gone. Strawberry pudding. From your last mail, it seems we have a deal. I'll give you everything on your list in exchange for the weapon we discussed. Things are getting worse in this vault with homework on my computer. Yes, because Bethesda games work so well on computers, and I had I got them around the time that they were released, maybe 1 or 2 years after. Anyway, long story short, I couldn't get it to run well, but I did manage to play a little bit of it. But like I said, from what I've heard of Oblivion, is that they didn't actually have essential NPCs. If an NPC died, the game would account for it and come up with some other solution. Skyrim really dropped the ball on that. There's the safe I was looking for. And of course, Bethesda and Steam have now pulled paid modding. Kind of a bummer. As I've mentioned before, I have no problem with paid modding. I just think the implementation was horribly done. It could have been done a lot better. But I liked the idea. I thought the concept was pretty... well, I thought the concept is... I thought it was long since time that modding became a profession. I mean, because if you look at the history of our hobbies, our things that we like, in truth, video games are once seen as a hobby. Is it this way? I have like a dark spot on my map that I'm trying to investigate. So it's like... it wasn't that long ago that video games was not seen as a serious industry. It wasn't that long ago that movies were not seen as a serious industry. It's about time that modding got seen as a serious industry. They just need to come up with a better implementation of it. Sound testing. Not in here. Ah, Overseer's office. And it wasn't that long ago that movies were seen as a hobby that wasn't worth, you know, and now they're multi-billion-dollar industries that you can actually get training for at a accredited university. I see no reason why modding shouldn't reach that same level, though obviously modding, being a derivative product by its nature, will never really be the same. But being paid for throwing in thousands of hours of work and creating a mod, totally worth some form of reimbursement. And I completely understand Bethesda getting their cut. They provided the base that you're modifying from. A mod would not be a mod if it wasn't based upon Bethesda's product. It would be an original IP, so you know. Bethesda deserves their cut because you are working from a source and you're not using completely 100% original assets for everything. Number 2, finally.
I'm a bit encouraged by the latest batch of data. It seems that 33% of the subjects are now lapsing into a trance-like state on occasion. When in this state, we're fairly certain that suggestion and programming of the subject can be applied.
Oh, wonderful. It's a brainwashing role.
Implanting subtle cues in affected subjects, making them scratch their ear or constantly fix their hair. So far, I'm happy to report a 100% success rate on this implementation method.
Or apply Bethesda products. Yeah, like the 75% was kind of crazy. Though, I mean, to be fair, Valve was getting like 30%, and I think Bethesda's getting like 35%. So you know, it's like it's kind of even that way. Obviously, I'm off by the numbers somewhere, but it was something like 40% for Valve, 40% for Bethesda, which technically is 80%, but you get the idea. One is like 40, one was like 35. But yeah, it definitely should have been more, from a business perspective, it should have been more of a 60-40 cut, with the modders getting 40 and Bethesda and Valve splitting 60. That's a more fair cut for all parties involved, as opposed to 75-25.
Disaster today. One of our test subjects, V920717, has murdered 3 other residents in a fit of unbridled rage, the likes of which I've never seen. It took almost 23 shots before the security team took him down. This subject has no history of violence or mental instability whatsoever. My concern is that this subject is one of our most successful implant recipients, able to execute complex instructions during a trance state.
Did I just level up? The hell? Okay. Bethesda? That was bizarre. You tied the level up sound to picking up a key. Okay then. What were you thinking, Bethesda? Scared the crap out of me. Why the hell would you tie the level up sound to picking up a key? Well, it's for the secret stash, and the secret stash didn't really have anything super duper important in it. For the white noise has been rerouted from sound booths and tied directly into the entire Vault's loudspeaker system. I'll now be able to execute Vault Tech's confidential plan WNMSSE White Noise Mind Suggestion Combat Experimentation. I have 3 of Professor Malice's team doing what I need to get done and hope to show some concrete results soon. Have the engineers make it so that the WN can be either triggered from Control Center or local security consoles. The password for these consoles is Uni2249. Results of the project are even better than I could have imagined. The sheer strength and tenacity of combat suggestion implanted test subjects, incredible. Imagine an entire army of people who would never disobey a direct order from high command and fight until it takes over 20 bullets to stop them. It is a failure, so there's a few deaths. 1 step back, 2 steps forward. It's easy to suppress what everyone in the vault are calling crazies. I've added a command word in their suggestion implant. Simply say the phrase sanity is not satirical, and they will stop dead in their tracks. I've informed the guards of this, but I've told them only to use it when out of earshot of anyone else. The command phrase is no longer working against the crazies. I don't know what the hell happened, but I'm losing control of the situation. If we don't get things under control soon, we're going to have a huge revolt on our hands. Malice is fighting the rest of the vault into action. I'm afraid by the power invested in me by Vault Tech Corporation, I have no choice but to have him killed. What a waste. So great, it's a mind control vault. It's exactly what we need. I've actually gone on record saying that the Vault Tech is not nearly as evil as some people like to think, but that said, they have made a few questionable choices. I mean, when the world is going to hell in a handbasket due to a nuclear war, you're kind of against the wall trying to figure out, we need some solution that will not end with the world blowing itself up again once everyone leaves the vault. And that's why they did all the vault experiments. It's not the wisest solution, but when your back's against the wall and the world's completely destroyed and you're trying to salvage something, I can kind of understand their logic, but you know the old saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So they had good intentions. Doesn't mean they're not on the road to hell. It still mean they ain't on the highway to hell. So that's the living quarters, which is this way. And we've got lurkers. You'd think they'd listen to me. I mean, I am Lurker Lord X. But no. They don't want to listen to their lord. That is what the LX in my signet means. I came up with it ages ago when I used to be a member on the White Wolf forums. Well, I'll tell you the story some other time. And I'm not facing down a Lurker King, if anyone's interested. Please speak with operator. Intercom operator. Operator unavailable. Apparently I exploded their heads with the power of rock. Actually, it's just white noise, but still. It's more fun to say I exploded their head with the power of rock. Oh, Havoc Engine, how we will miss you. Because you just had to sue Bethesda. Try and take ownership of Skyrim. Did you really think that was going to work, Havoc? Did you really think that would work? wish I could find the article where I read that. But I can't seem to find it anymore. Kind of annoying, because there's also another article that I have been able to find every time I've mentioned it, but the safe is empty. I can't find that article. The other article that I always like to reference is that there was that years ago, a Microsoft CEO was such a culinary aficionado that he wanted to build the ultimate kitchen, one that where he could control all elements. So if he were to cook something for the same time, there would be no differences. So anytime he cooked something, it would come out the same way at the same time. So like complete control over the culinary preparation experience. So he built this modernist kitchen, and he pulled in like engineers and professional chefs to build a kitchen that was calculated down to the last fraction. He had like pressure cookers with sensors down to the milliamp, and it's all very cool and very high techy. And I can always find that article whenever I'm looking for it. It's by Wired. It's very cool, and there's actually a book where he talks about it up on Amazon called, well, Modernist Cuisine. That's a very cool thing. At least in my geeky head it is. Because I am a culinary courtesan, as it were. What do we have here? Utility tunnel? What? No epic level up sound this time, Bethesda? That key wasn't all that important? Well, I think they're going to be using the Skyrim engine, which I believe is not Gamebryo. Could be wrong on that. The thing is, I mean, Bethesda likes to support us modders, and if they didn't use an engine that they'd already... no. Stop drinking out of the toilet. Let's fix that, shall we? Apparently recognize the urinals but not the toilets. The thing is, when it comes to creating game engines, it's a very complex thing. Now, granted, they could probably use the Unity engine. The Unity engine is absolutely amazing. I work with it quite a bit. But that would mean that their team would have to get to learn a new engine. I mean, that's typically why you don't see too many game companies changing engines, because they have to learn a whole new engine, all of its nuances, how to do all the stuff that they want. And especially with Bethesda, they would have to create not only a new engine, or use a new engine, but they'd have to, and learn all its nuances, but they'd also have to learn, they'd have to be able to make a modding tool for that new engine. So that's probably why they'll end up sticking with Gamebryo. Though, I mean, there does come a point where the same engine just won't work, no matter how much you modify it. I mean, we don't see people still using Unreal 2 anymore. There is a point at which the engine just becomes impractical to use anymore. And Gamebryo's been used since what, Morrowind? At least Oblivion, because I know that I know one tweak works for Oblivion as well as the mod merge script works for Oblivion. So it's at least been since Oblivion. But whether we've reached that point where the Gamebryo engine just isn't a practical engine choice, can't really say. Another thing you have to keep in mind is that if they did change the engine, that would mean that the modders would have to change up everything that they know, which would seriously stifle the modding community. Because they wouldn't just be able to come out with new stuff right off the bat as soon as the creation kit came out. There would be a learning curve. So I mean, and Bethesda does consider the modders a part of, you know, their community. I'm smelling something. Better check on my rice. Yep, my rice is finished cooking. Obviously, I'm not going to be eating it right now, but it's nice to have it done. Honestly, I'd be perfectly happy with them still using the Gamebryo engine, as long as they made it better modding tools. Because really, the modding tools are the hanging point. The engine itself is pretty good. Log 4, finally. I'm cut off and I don't know anyone sane is left, so I've locked myself in this closet on B level. If anyone finds this note, let my family know I didn't go crazy like the rest of this place. Let them know that I died with dignity. When and where, I decided. That's no way I'm going to let the crazies tear me apart. I can't die like that. To my wife and kids, I love you all. And audio...
Unbelievable! We've had 12 more incidents in the past month mirroring Subject V920717's actions. The shocking part is the savagery these aberrants exhibit when they murder. They rip their victims apart limb from limb and eviscerate them by hand. These used to be respected members of the musical community. How could this be happening? Where have I gone wrong?
The irony is that implant we just found is a barter speech implant. Oh, the irony. Project Nevada, you definitely know where to place your cybernetic enhancements. Congratulations on job one done, everyone. It seems like the current WN tests are complete tests with less than 1% margin of error. We still have much to do analyzing the data, but I think all of you deserve a pat on the back for excellent work. Let's keep it up. Here's the data on subject V920717, the one who is the one we just heard about, who went crazy, and the other ones are mirroring the actions. We are completely baffled as to why someone would behave in this manner after being subjected to WN experiments. As soon as our autopsy is complete, we'll try to piece together why he went insane. I'm sorry about this, Rick. We'll get to the bottom of it soon. We have a serious problem on our hands, and you have yet to answer my last several intra-vault mails or even see me. I have 7 more dead. 3 other Vault 92 residents have suffered the same symptoms as subject V9. How many more of these people have to die before we realize we're in deep trouble? We're alone out here. No one will come to our rescue if anyone is ever even left. We have to deal with this ourselves. Please, I beg you to see me immediately and call your goons going off your living room doors. My living room doors. Section 4 is under having guard now. I can't even get in without a personal escort. It's my estimate that over 30% of the Vault's entire population is now clinically insane and poses a real danger to the rest of us. We have to consider the possibility that we may need to abandon the Vault completely. Better to take a chance outside than in here. You still won't speak to me, and any attempts I've made to see you have ended in scuffles with your guards. So obviously something is going on, and I'm going to find out what.
The situation is getting out of hand. Over half the population of the Vault is exhibiting savage tendencies. I can only assume our noise experimentation has awakened some dormant part of their psyche, brought their primitive nature to the surface. In essence, I feel that they are almost psychologically devolving. I was stupid for rushing these experiments. And now over 35 people are dead. I can't believe what I've discovered. Just before he died, one of the security team members told me everything. The Overseer has been implanting these murderous intentions in the entire Vault population without my knowledge. Using the loudspeakers in the dorms instead of just the studios, he subjected everyone to the white noise as they slept. He then implanted combat suggestions he claims came from Vault-Tec itself. He must be completely insane. No observation, no controls. I'm going to have to confront him now, and make him pay for what he's done. Half the Vault is dead. The other half, fighting for its life. Good luck to all of us. And may God have mercy on our souls.
You know, for a second there, I had this absolutely horrible thought that since we're so close to Old Olney, that these experiments had actually caused the people to mentally degenerate into essentially what the Deathclaws mental state is, and then when they left the Vault, they mutated into Deathclaws. But no, it's that doesn't mesh with everything else, does it? Still, it's a horrifying thought, isn't it? Have I not checked out this version of the reactor room? Alright, we'll check it out. Yeah, I have not checked out this version of the reactor room. I feel like I should be able to get in there. TCL. I could be completely wrong. Which is why I'm doing this entire thing in collision. Toggle collision off. It's visible on my map, so shouldn't I be able to access this normally in some way? Well, I will see you next time, Grumpy. Now, obviously we're outside the map now, but like I said, I'm curious. I get the impression that we should at least be able to move in here some way, but maybe I'm reading too much into the map markers. Maybe they're just literally little spots. You're not actually supposed to get in here. Ah well, gives you people a chance to see some behind-the-scenes stuff. We want to go this way. Alright, world map. Well, we'll make our way to Old Olney next. But before we go there, I think we've collected enough junk that we should drop it off at home. So let's do that. Megaton. And we'll probably pop up Paradise Falls as well to pick up the slave radio as well. Now I know where to find it. Look at that one. Doratana. Restore limb condition, unarmed damage plus sleep minus 30, HP plus 45, agility minus 6. Well, fine. Fire and fricassee. Look at that. Class survival 100. Alright. Mirelurk Thermidor. Mutafute Marinade. Of course, rushing water, always. Steamed Mirelurk. Healing powder. Weapon binding ritual. Huh. Interesting. Vodka, whiskey, wine, actually I just recalled that I think, let me throw my excess weapons and armors in here. Actually, I already repaired everything, didn't I? Yep. $38 versus $22. Let's try how the special rounds compare to the hand loads. Doesn't look like I make any other really good ammo, does it? I'm pretty sure there's a mod somewhere where you don't have to keep going back into the menu. But I just don't know where to... I just haven't seen it. But if anyone else can find that mod and let me know, let me know. Because it's kind of annoying to have to keep going back into the menu. Because you know I'm going to keep going in here several times in order to refill my ammo caches before heading out on another big adventure. So we'll make some more special rounds. Yeah, that's a pretty good sign when shit's gonna go down. Then again, you're crossing Mr. House, and as we always know, the house always wins. Crafting. Auto inject stim pack. Yes, please. Boxing time skill magazine. That's unarmed. Guns, energy weapons, melee, explosive, unarmed, and sneak are the ones I need to craft for. Create unarmed, guns, explosives, barter. Protectron, nice. Salesman weekly, not really. Super stim pack I can make. So Laphatoma skill book that I need to craft multiple copies of to get my sneak up. Which is down here. Upgrade voice modulator implant. So that's sneak. How many of these can I make? I can make 10 sneak skill books. What is my sneak skill? 75. Alright. So I can also craft a sneak skill book. Okay. I can make 5 of those. Good. Can I craft anything else in terms of skill books? Energy weapon skill book? Yeah, I can make 2 of those. I always like to keep at least 1. I've been there. I've definitely been there. See now, notice the odd numbers here. These are the only ones I'll ever try and craft because that leaves me with 1 in my inventory. And since I have the, well, it also means that I can, when I pick up another one, I can craft another one. But it also means that my placebo effect perk will continue firing and giving me a buff. So that's why I only turn skill magazines into skill books when I have 3 or more, and when I have an odd number, basically. See here, I've got 4 here. If I were to craft these, I would end up with no more skill books. Not that I need a barter skill book. Same thing with guns. I'd lose all of my gun skill books. I wouldn't, and it would make it really hard to craft more. But this one, the melee one, perfectly fine. Let's see. Don't need the repair skill books. I'll leave it there as it is. Yeah, I shall create an arm skill book. I'm collecting so many stealth boys and I never need them. See, I've got 9 stealth boys in storage. I'm about to add 4 more. So I have 2 innate stealth fields. Well, one of the mods I have installed allows me to repair my gear at a workbench, so I don't even need repair kits anymore. But I can understand if that's not available to you. Do not need 37 frag grenades. That's a bit overkill. 21 is more than enough. Oh, no, wait, I have a better idea. That one. A while ago, I picked up a perk which allowed me to compress power armor into suits. So this will be when I get really, really big. That'll be my power armor for when I get big. Kind of makes sense. Compress all the power armor gear into clothing, but only for when you're really huge. Should be fun to work with. Alright, throw the miscellaneous stuff in here, of course. Bent tin cans. I'm going to throw the magazines in there because they are taking up weight. And normally I like to hang on to them under the assumption that I'll find Wonder Glue out in the field. But to be honest, if I pick up Wonder Glue, I'm not going to really be using it to craft gear on the spot. I'm going to bring it back here and then do all my crafting here in one big go. So literally it's just weighing me down for no reason. I took everything out of there. Well, I took most of the stuff out of there. Of course I did. Mass of purified water. Sure. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't have to head down immediately, do you? You could always just, if you really are in that bad of a shape, head back to your, whatever your base of operations is, and, you know, get new ammo before heading down there. Booter knife. Booter knife. Did it again. So I keep doing this over and over again. I think what I'm going to do... Well, there's a couple of things I need to throw in here anyway, because they're just annoying to have on your person, even with God mode enabled. Something called... where is it? Suit conversion kit, something like that. Suit upgrade kit, right? Done all the house stuff. So I keep accidentally grabbing everything out of my inventory. I'm going to head over to the dock. Nah. I was thinking of taking stuff out so I could sell stuff, but I think I'll survive with having to pay stuff out of pocket. So I'll head over to the dock.
Women and children of the earth, come forth, gather, and behold the power of Adam. Let those who dwell here in his favored land attend now to the words of the prophet of Adam.
There's something going on in the Megaton instance which is slowing me down for some reason.
I really hope you're not... For Christ's sake, you don't look...
Cybernetic surgery, yep. Where's my atomic cocktails? $260 sleep? Seriously, what do I need to do to get my sleep to go down? So, because I keep accidentally
Forth and drink the waters of the
grabbing everything out of my inventory, I figure, why don't I head here and see what I can, implants I can upgrade after removing all my implants, of course. Yes, I can upgrade the weight absorber implant. And apparently not anything else. Let me see. So I need scrap electronics, which I don't have. Can I make scrap electronics? Heavily modded game. Heavily modded game. Now, hopefully I won't hit take all again. If you have any other questions, feel free to express them and I will answer them. That's a lot of rad scorpion poison glands. When I eventually get to the Mojave Wasteland and meet Ruby, Nash, that's going to be a lot of food she's going to be able to make. Damn it! I keep putting the sheet music books in there. Teddy bears everywhere! Still heavily over encumbered, but that's fine, because we have to still head back and get do some cybernetic upgrades. Also, a lot of mini nukes. That's a lot of mini nukes. That's a lot of missiles, too. I think I have everything in the miscellaneous, aside from the implants, I want installed. All that's really left is the aid section. I didn't take everything good. And I like to put my aid section in here. $330, yeah, not too bad. Sugar bombs. Sweet roll. Definitely don't need that many of those. That should be good on the food, I think. So I'm going to make a few stop-offs while I turn in some things. There's a guy who takes sugar bombs for a quest item. There's a girl who takes Nuka-Cola Quantums. The rest I think we're good with here. Now go and talk to the doctor again.
Feel his glow and be divided. There shall be no tears, no sorrows, no suffering, for in the division.
All of us here thank you for everything you've done. It's the best we could do. You're an example.
We shall see our release from the ships of this world. Yea.
Over, and F5.
You came in here on your own.
Alright. Head implants. Voice modulator implant level 2. Don't really need it, but whatever. Arm implants. Let's see. Nail implant that improves unarmed critical chance and damage. That improves science. That's for guns and energy weapons. Lockpick and repair. So I guess razor nails is the best one. And the one that improves guns and energy weapons. AP regeneration bonus for kills, yes. Stealth nanobots, yes. Weight absorber. Carry weight plus 40, yes. And sneak plus 8. That's all the implants I can take. Whatever implants I have left, I'll throw back into storage. And let's see. Apparently I have deadly sleep deprivation, so I better take care of that. Yes, I get it. You're super tired. It's only 8:58. I'd probably die when I hit 1,000. So I should have enough time to get over here and toss a couple more things in the storage. And then head upstairs to sleep. Nutrition's at 142, so let's take care of that. Wadsworth? Seriously? Probably should go in 8-hour increments. It seems to not work when you go with more than 8-hour increments. So another 8 hours should do it. There we go.
Welcome home, madam.